So let's get back to the roots. This is obscure.
This is basic English.
Obscure.
Better.
Take two. Obscure legends. Witchfinder General.
From witnesses to the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered.
The unsung fathers of doom before there was Electric Wizard. Cathedral. Or even a genre called doom metal. There was this dirty little band from the English Midlands that worshiped Sabbath and played like they were summoning demons in a pub basement. You ever stumble across a band that feels like a lost relic? Like you found some haunted vinyl that shouldn't have existed? That's what it felt like the first time I heard Witchfinder General. No one warned me. No Spotify algorithm served it up to me on a silver platter. It was just there, raw, heavy, slow as hell, and the buzzing with satanic panic vibes like it was the soundtrack to a medieval exorcism filmed on VHS. They were barely a blip in the 80s. But now, they're everything to me. So let me tell you about the band who helped build doom metal. Way before anyone knew to call it that.
The music was gloomy and ominous, but still held on firmly to that rock and roll edge, you know what I'm saying? These early disciples include Witchfinder General, Pentagram, and Trouble, whose career was unfortunately cut short when an old gypsy woman turned them into a board game for all.
So who the hell were Witchfinder General? They were formed in Stourbridge or Stourbridge, England in the early 80s. Witchfinder General took their name from a real 17th century witch hunter, a brutal Puritan lunatic named Matthew Hopkins. Good branding. Very good branding, guys. Musically, think Black Sabbath, but stripped down, fuzzed out, and extra perverse. They weren't shredders. They didn't speed up for the sake of being flashy. They slowed the fuck down, a matter of fact, and let the riffs do the talking. The frontman of the band, Zeeb Parks, sounded like Ozzy if he'd just roll out of a crypt in denim. Guitarist Phil Cope was all about the riff, no frills, no wankery, just pure head-nodding filth. In their album covers, they looked like Hammer horror meets sleazy biker mag. Half the record shops didn't know whether to stock them under metal or possible porn. This is how it was in the 80s. Just bear with me.
You had me worried for a minute.
They had 2 albums, Endless Impact. That's all they dropped back in the day. Death Penalty in 1982, with the opening riff to Invisible Hate. It's doom royalty to me. Title track? Slow, hypnotic, eerie as shit, like Sabbath with dirt under its fingernails. Free Country even flirted with the NWOBHM. New wave of British heavy metal groove. But they never lost a dark undercurrent. Then Friends of Hell came in 1983. It was sloppier, creepier, less polished, more haunted. The title track sounds like an echo, like it's echoing from the bottom of a well. Music is ironically named because it feels more like a seance than a song. Critics, they didn't care. Metal mags ignored them completely. But the next generation was listening.
Screams and the dreams and the nightmares it seems are from hell.
But let me tell you why they matter, and why I think they still fucking rule. Witchfinder General laid the blueprint for doom. The riff first mentality. The cult horror aesthetic. The slow is heavy. Philosophy that modern bands worship. Without them, there's no Electric Wizard, no Reverend Bizarre, no Uncle Acid, no Pallbearer. They were ahead of their time and too dirty, too weird, and too slow for the fast and flashy 80s. So Witchfinder General never made it big. No platinum albums, no arena tours. But they did leave something behind. Something raw, something real. It was heavy. So let's light a candle. Let's crank the fuzz. And everyone go revisit the soundtrack to England's slowest exorcism. For the newbies, a great first listen. For the old school, probably a return to the goddamn masterpiece. And hey, if you ever wanted to start a doom band, just ask yourself, what would Witchfinder General do? I know what they would do. They'd like, subscribe, and share this with someone who thinks doom started in 1995. I'm Fred Carroll. This is Headbangers History. This was Witchfinder General, and every riff tells a story. I'll meet you guys again soon. I'll see you in hell, my friend. I'll see you in hell, my friend.